assess a relationship, you ask yourself, how valuable is this relationship to me? How valuable am I to them? And if you start to look at things like that, you may just find that you don't have many, positive ROI relationships or networking relationships in your life. And, and that just means that we all can go out and make more meaningful connections. I do think there needs to be more mediums. Like he said, a lot of the famous mediums have turned into more like quasi-media outlets.
It's media.
It's not even about connecting or networking
it's
anymore.
It's all media.
You go on there and it's like a big popularity contest. Who's got more likes? Who's got more follows? Who's got more video views?
Where soon, there may be something coming up that allows you to do it. If you guys stay tuned, there's a surprise coming this year that he's kind of alluding to. So
I would say we took a look at everything that was out there, and we said, nothing really caters to the way that entrepreneurs truly move and truly think and truly live.
What about LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is more of a virtual representation of yourself. Networking does happen on it, and you have a lot of so-called geniuses and professionals out there
but that's
who make their living on it.
It's just networking, though.
Yeah.
But where you could literally network anywhere.
Right.
And it's not all meaningful.
But because it wasn't made to necessarily be a networking site, or a networking platform, because it wasn't truly made for that, it falls short in ways that people may not understand until they see something that fixes those problems.
That's so true.
You might think, oh, it's great, I make my career there. Maybe you make your career there, but how many other people do? Yeah. Maybe 10% of people do, and that seems like a successful rate. But the question that as product makers and product engineers we always ask ourselves is better possible?
Right.
Is significantly better possible? If significantly better is possible, then that's why you find these companies that come along and they knock multi-billion-dollar conglomerates right out of the gate. Because maybe the multi-billion-dollar conglomerate was very good, but if significantly better is possible when very good exists, somebody is eventually going to do significantly better and knock very good right off their perch.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what's coming in LinkedIn with the whole, LinkedIn and some of these other networking. And you don't have to take our word for it. The people over the CTO, ex-CTO,
go make a LinkedIn account.
The ex-CTO of Tinder and some people from Tinder just dropped a professional networking app. Like, if they didn't think that there was a problem with LinkedIn...
Is that Shaper?
No, it's another one.
Oh, wow.
Just dropped. And Match.com and IAC Interactive. IAC is a big VC conglomerate. They have invested in Match.com. They own Match.com. Okay. I believe they own OkCupid. They might own eHarmony. They own a bunch of dating properties, dating platforms.
Okay.
IAC is very, very big. Google it. They own a bunch of stuff.
So they're using that expertise of connecting people to...
They already invested. IAC and Match already invested in the Tinder people's professional networking. And you better believe that they took some of the expertise that they picked up at Tinder and put it in this new professional version. So, it's not about us. There are people running around out there worth $100 million doing things that we look at and we're like, God, they must have thought that networking wasn't that great in the world if they wanted to build a networking app.
And I think we've come across this by, networking, because anytime you want to go into business or you want to meet new people, clients or partners, mentors, you network. You naturally network. But then, like you said, you find out where those meaningful relationships are. And you obviously want to start gravitating towards that versus networking and just meeting people just to have an extra contact in your phone book. So it is one of those things where you definitely want to grow into something with another company. I think with these kind of connections that you can make with people, like you said, it doesn't necessarily always have to be something where you're directly making money from each other. Like that's something more detailed, but it is saying, hey, let's do something together. Let's support each other. I look at it like it's almost investing, because if you give me something tangible that I can work with, I'm gonna better promote your company, and then that thing that's tangible will actually help me grow as a company. So we're working together in a sense, but not legally bound to do anything or report numbers or anything like that. We are just helping each other out in a professional way, and that's why I kind of call it professional connecting. I think it's also a good way of, well, I kind of just mentioned it, like cross promotion. You know what I mean? So there's a couple examples I have in mind. So I have them written down here. One is Beats by Dr. Dre. So if you look at this company when it started, and I don't know any company secrets or anything like that. I haven't talked to anyone from corporate, but I have watched how that company built itself up and now, sold to Apple. They basically partner with athletes. And this was a really smart marketing tool. I mean, obviously you have Dr. Dre, one of the most successful producers of all time, beat makers, talent finders. What does he not do in music land? And so his reputation precedes him no matter what he puts his name on. So you get beat by Dr. Dre, and then he contacts these athletes. Even though he is a huge, huge music guy, he has this brand new product. So he says, hey, I'm Dr. Dre, I know you. I've come to games, you've hung out at my house, I probably hung out at your multi-million-dollar house. I'm going to send you a pair of headphones. I want you to wear them until you get to the stadium. So he reaches out to all these people, and in turn, they get free headphones whenever they want. Now you start seeing the fact that their headphones, or Dr. Dre's headphones, are showing up on TV. Every time they're showing the athletes come off the bus or in training, they're wearing Beats. So those athletes also get good quality headphones. This is a relationship that's helping both people out. And this is the cool thing about when you connect that way, because eventually it probably turned into endorsements and stuff like that. But initially you're just helping this person out because you connected with them and you say, hey, I think we can help each other out. So this is something that, is just an example. Another example is Gymshark. If you guys have ever heard of that, if you're on Instagram, you've heard of it. A clothing company. Now, again, I don't have any major background information on them or anything like that, but in order to get their product out, they basically contacted fitness models who were doing clothing reviews anyway and said, hey, we're going to send you a free care package of all of our latest stuff, high quality workout gear. And the only thing we ask of you is if you can do an honest review. Maybe during the review, talk about whatever you want to talk about, but emphasize sizing. And that's what you see with Gymshark. Look at the relationships that they've built up with all the fitness models on Instagram. It's ridiculous because you have so many people doing these reviews. It's advertising Gymshark, and then it's also giving the content creators something to create a video about. So again, this relationship has started as a professional connection, but at this point, Gymshark is sponsoring fitness models. Gymshark is doing pop-up stores. It's grown into something that each person who went into it together, just as a connection, can now come out of it as a possible endorsement, sponsorship, even merger. I think Gymshark has even taken some of the fitness models and actually merged companies with them. So those are just a couple of examples. Another one is the UFC and Body Armor. So Body Armor is basically a competitor of Gatorade, and it's a sports drink. It's supposed to be more natural and blah, blah, blah. But Kobe Bryant is the main partner in the company. And Kobe Bryant is a fan of the UFC. So when the UFC actually built and developed a performance institute in Las Vegas, Kobe Bryant, being a fan of the UFC and knowing obviously some of the people at the top and the executives, contacted them and said, hey, we're starting a new sports drink. It's healthy, it doesn't have any tainted supplements or anything in it. Let's send this to your Performance Institute. We'll give you cases for free. We'll make sure your Performance Institute has, your UFC official institute has nothing but Body Armor drinks. And guess what happened? The athletes loved it. UFC put it in there. Basically, they ran out of stock. And eventually the UFC started buying the Body Armor drinks. Again, which helps promote Kobe Bryant and his company. And they officially announced, maybe like a month ago, a merger, a partnership with the two companies. So now if you watch any of the UFC events, you will see Body Armor bottles on the post-fight, the pre-fight interviews, even during the fight in the octagon. I mean, it's one of those things that has blossomed into something where both companies are now directly making money off each other. So this is one of the things that we are really interested in doing with people who may watch our videos, who may come to our Instagram channel, and in the near future, look at our YouTube videos. And let's not forget our meetup, folks. I mean, this live stream is a supplement to a physical meeting. Like this whole space that we have here, we can meet up every single week. So guys, in the comments, our keyword today is connect. Put that in the comment section. At the end of this month, we will be looking at those people who wrote connect down there. The last video, we already passed the keyword for that one. But this video will be connect, and then we will pick someone at the first week of March. So yeah, I basically want to wrap it up there and just let you guys know to leave any questions or comments down in the section below. Let us know if you are in the Chicagoland area. We're in Streeterville, or even in the suburbs of Chicago. What's a good day and time for you to meet up? If you like the live streams, let us know that too. Anything you want to say before we go?
Thank you for watching. God bless you. Good night.
Thanks. Take care.